OpenAI just released their premier 2025 rebrand, and as one of the largest companies in the world and forefront leaders in AI, is it a hit or miss? Did they do the right thing? Two of the main purposes of their rebrand is to be more approachable and also be more human-like. Up until now, OpenAI has been using a large variety of assets, different fonts, different colors, and without much cohesion. We're gonna get into it, and as a brand designer myself, I have a lot of opinions about it, so let's dive right in. First, of course, we're gonna go ahead and watch the official release video from them on their website and just see what it's like. Wow. First of all, hats off to the entire team that designed this. I can already tell that so much work has gone into actually developing this brand, and you can see just how much type has gone into it as well. Being that OpenAI is a leading AI company that works with many different languages, many different type features, they have to have a very expansive brand. And so it just looks like they did a kind of a refresh, kind of an aligning and refresh. However, it has a lot to it. So really quickly, let's look at this article that I found by the Wallpaper that interviewed some of the people that were involved with this rebrand. And if you guys know anything about OpenAI, they have been forefront in the media with Elon Musk and Sam Altman for about 2 years now. And I use ChatGPT every day personally, and I didn't really notice the rebrand when I opened the app after they announced it or released it. And just looking at that, I can see just how much work they did accomplish. And in a brand refresh, usually what you're gonna do is make everything aligned, making the corners a specific curvature or aligning each piece of type to go with the brand. And so OpenAI really has to put their best foot forward when it comes to showing up in the marketplace. And one of their largest reasons behind this rebrand is the fact that they wanted to appear more human. The fact that humans are going to be using it in so many different contexts, and they're going to be using it in so many different languages. They have to have an open brand, but a strong presence. And so that is exactly what they've achieved here. We can see that they have created balance and focused on the proportions in each one of their logos. The blossom and also their word mark. Right here, they detail that the O is formed as a perfect circle. And I'm pretty sure that is to allude that OpenAI wants to be the perfect companion for its users. And this is one of these subtle inclusions that brands look over in their branding initiatives, because whenever you have a value or a specific ideology that you would like to send through your brand, and you want your customers to really adhere to that, you can sometimes use actual elements within your brand to do that. And so this can come in the form of different assets, the way that you're doing your type. We can see that they have adjusted the proportions on pretty much everything. This is the do's and don'ts. So like I mentioned before, they worked with a Berlin-based type foundry named ABC Dynamo with great purpose, because when you have a brand that spans across so many languages, you want to make sure that all of the ligatures, all of the accents, everything that is going to be held inside or used by users is going to be covered. And so they have created a functional typeface that can span across all of their brands and also feel very natural to the users. And we see this word again, humanity. Well, if I can't highlight it, but humanity. They want to appeal more to humanity and be kind of like the perfect human companion. So let's take a look at some of the images. Nice. It works at large and small sizes. You want to make sure your brand works at small and large sizes. That's something that smaller brands overlook. And also working on many different backgrounds. So on a solid background or a busier background or different colors. And one thing that they also introduced before this rebrand, if you've ever used ChatGPT in the voice function specifically, they unveiled this kind of gradient sky looking graphic inside of that. And if I'm being honest, it brings a very tranquil feeling when you look at it. It's like clouds or maybe just a gradient of the sky going from dark to light. And it's a very beautiful thing. So of course, more type, all of these languages, and something like this, when you create a brand that spans across pretty much every language, you're going to put a lot of work into that. There's so many, like I said before, there's so many ligatures and accents that you're going to have to cover. And getting this right is very hard. But of course, the Berlin Type Foundry, they are very good at what they do. So it was pretty easy to them. They've adjusted their guidelines to show what to do and what not to do in terms of partnerships. But let's look at a before and after really quickly. So right here, we can see a before and after of what they actually had before. And so on the right, we can see the new logo, and on the left, the old one. And there's so many distinctions. The old one compared to the new one looks very amateur, looks very unproportional. The O is not a perfect circle. The E does not have any alignment with its upper portion, and the spacing between the letters have changed. Also within the blossom, we can see that the lines have been changed to use the same width, the same thickness, rather than on the left, we can see that they are different thicknesses. So the one on the outside and the one on the inside, they are different thicknesses. And so I really support this rebrand. Honestly, it's really important as forefront companies to make sure that you are putting your best foot forward and not just being lenient with your brand. Especially as world leaders, they have to put so much more of an emphasis on the way that they're showing up with different platforms that they have, with different partners that they will be moving alongside. So I really like it. I really, really like it. Another large element of the OpenAI rebrand is their approachability. So when users are looking at the brand, how do they feel about the subtle curves or the thickness of the text that they're seeing? Because most of this is going to be text. Let's face it. Most of this is going to be text. Images aren't going to be a huge part of their brand, being that we have, text AI. We have Sora that we're going to be utilizing text to generate things as well. So they really did need to put an extra emphasis on their type. And the trend that I noticed between OpenAI, Walmart, and Amazon is that they are modernizing. This rebrand is an example of modernization, making things more modern, making things appeal to the current state of the world. And even in their choice of imaging, it just looks like what a human would do, what a human finds as blissful activities. And so, once again, props to the OpenAI team, and let me know what you think in the rebrand below. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And this has been D'Lo Brands, and I'm signing off. I'll see you in the next one.